Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is the Mastermind Book Club. Tonight we're hosting a book, a special book by none other than William Atkinson. I forgot what his middle name, second last name was. What is it?
William Walker.
William Walker Atkinson. And tonight we have one of our members will be spearheading the review. His name, none other than our birthday boy. Happy birthday, Charles Peter Colmer. Hey,
Thank
Charles.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's all yours.
Oh, okay, okay. This is what I could say about the book by Memory. It's called Memory. William Walker Anderson. He was born in 1862. He was an American pioneer of the New Thought movement. He is said to, I guess, have inspired or written in Ghost for Theron D. Dumont, the book that we read last week on consciousness, and the other one is Yogi Ramaraka. Raka. These are names that he's also had published book on memory. He's considered to be the godfather of memory. Uh, and pretty much with the book, he was talking about the experiences of our stepping stones to your memory. So the book on memory is how to improve your memory, how to improve your recollection. The way you prove your recollection is, I guess, it could be from what I got from the book. It could be kind of a natural occurrence where you just automatically recall things that you like you remember that your favorite ice cream is vanilla. So every time you see vanilla ice cream, you'll recall, hey, that's my favorite. And then the other is you train yourself by saying, okay, I'm gonna try vanilla ice cream, and therefore, if I like vanilla ice cream now, it'll go into my constant memory. That's just a simple analogy that I got from it. The nature and thought is pretty much what I was just describing. That it's in our nature, like we learn through without being all over the place. Our memory and how like we learn things through music. He talked about we learn through our eyes and our eyes and our ears to be able to recognize uh, different patterns. You know, when you walk into a different room, you remember like sometimes unconsciously just where things are. So I'm sitting in my pretty much dining area. So when I come into the room, I automatically remember the refrigerator would be to my right, the kitchen would be to my right, the living room would be to my left. You know, even if I did that in the dark, because I have a constant uh, uh, memory of seeing this every day, I can lead my memory that way. Also, he talked about association. You know, people play word games or they come up with phrases to remember things as far as you know ABC, like in music. All I'm sorry. What is that? All boys do good, like the scale. I thought of the scale in music. To remember the scale, you put it to the letters of the alphabet, which are on the piano. The you know the what is it? GED. All good boys do fine, is what I'm talking about as far as learning or having the memory of the keys. Um, there were many exercises to increase your memory of things that you like. You're going to remember them more easy than things you don't like. You'll have a struggle with them. Let's see what else. If what you don't use in your mind, you tend to forget it. So if you have bad experiences, you tend to not really want to remember them. You suppress bad memories. So that was the involuntary attention, and you automatically return about like so if you have pleasant memories, they come to mind faster, or if you have good experiences that you've gone through in life, they tend to come back to you faster. Uh, Faces. A lot of people are good at remembering faces if the person smiles. Like, Martha and, Dave have their pictures. So you tend to remember the face if the person smiles, or if they wear glasses, or if they have a nice hairstyle like Martha. You tend to remember that. So certain things stick out to you, and you can use these things to increase your memory by what they call the law of association. So I remember David, as the guy of health from when I first met him. Because when I first met him, we had an intense conversation about health and natural remedies. So that's how I remembered him. So now I remember him more for stocks because that's what we talk about now. So that's like the law of association. Um, Connectivity, I spoke about that a little bit earlier, about connecting the dots with your memory. How some people will be able to link a song or music to help them remember certain things, or you relate a picture to a certain time and place. So it's like the radio playing. When a certain song comes on, it automatically takes you back to a certain time or place, and that could be good or that could be bad. So it just depends on what you connect to that. And it says your law. You have to listen carefully with attention to actually increase your connectivity for listening. And I took the words and sentence or Bible verses. When you read this stuff, sometimes reading it out loud helps you remember it. Repetitiveness. This Okay, so I want to remember something like you study in school, you get the cue cards or you make cue cards. So you might have one sentence that'll tell you about the whole paragraph or the whole book, and that's part of the connectivity. Uh, I also said thoughts, like connecting to music again, like A, B, C, D. So you might connect that to something, or a jingle in your mind to help you remember. And all in all, I mean, the mind is an amazing thing as far as your memory. You can train your mind and speak of it as a muscle, where the muscle can you can train it to be stronger. They had these different memory exercises, like even connecting colors. Like you play the pattern game. All this is good to help you strengthen your memory, and your memory can take you many places as far as learning different languages, learning different schisms or schematics. They spoke about people who learn patterns, like playing chess. You remember, or you can see in your mind the way that you want to go, and most times you can do this because you like the subject matter in which you're doing it. But this is some of the points that I gathered from the book. I hope this was sufficient to give you guys a brief overview of the memory. And all in all, it was a book that was a little difficult. I definitely would suggest going back and piecemealing it, because it was a lot of good points, but you really had to like focus in on it as far as your field of concentration. All right, so I'm gonna turn it back over to you, David.
Well, Charles, that's very good. There's a lot of memory, and we all, just in general, we neglect the importance of it. But one of the things that I got out of this book that I realized is just take a day last week, pick any day, uh, Charles. What day would you pick?
Of last week, let's
Yeah,
go Tuesday.
Tuesday. Well, try and recollect everything you did that day.
Okay.
Got it?
Uh-huh.
Did you remember one thing?
Book club. I picked that day purposely.
Number two, two
uh,
things.
Listening to the book on concentration.
Three,
Uh, we had for dinner, we had last Tuesday for dinner, we had What did we have? We had fish. We
What
had
were you
fish for
wearing?
dinner.
What were you wearing last week?
Last week I was wearing on a Tuesday. That's a good question. I was wearing tan shorts and a green shirt. A blue shirt, I'm sorry, a blue shirt.
Is that for real?
I believe so.
It's pretty good so far. And what did you do in the morning?
I slept because I
What's
wasn't
that?
feeling well. I
You
said I
slept.
slept, and the only reason,
That's right.
only reason I know
Okay.
all of these
That's
good
right.
things is
Oh
because
my
I'm
God.
home.
You picked an easy day.
Yeah. So if I wasn't home, it would have been a whole lot more
So
stuff that I did.
now let's take another question in reference to memory. How about yesterday? What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday was Monday. What did
Yes.
I do Monday?
Monday.
Okay, Monday I went for a walk. Uh, I had several phone calls. I wasn't feeling well, so I laid down in the middle of the day, took a nap. In the evening, we had salad with fruits and vegetables in it. That was dinner and lunch all together. Uh, Hung out with my daughter a little bit, and we watched a movie on uh, something about feet. This thing
Happy
about
feet.
no, not happy feet. They were monsters. What you call those monsters? He's the white monster from the mountains. The Yaki,
Olaf. I don't
huh?
know. I don't
No,
know.
Yaki. He was a monster. He had a Bigfoot, the Bigfoot monster.
Uh,
What do we call him?
I don't know.
Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it was called Small Feet. So I watched that with my daughter, and then I think we talked to Reg a little bit and went to bed.
Well, the reality is that memory consists of a few factors. One of them is taking out time and recollect what you did the same day. Most of us don't do that. In general, we don't. I mean, I tried the beginning as I was going through my trainings on personal development, and I was doing it, but I wasn't taking the serious time out to recollect what did I do today, what went well, what didn't go well, what could I have I done better. 3 questions, make it easier for yourself, right? And I know that I woke up at 5 this morning, took the dog out, then I went for a run on the track. I did very well on the track. I ran miles. I ran at least 1 or 2 miles under 8 minutes, seven something. And then I ran the third and a half mile at 8 minutes something. Uh, and then I was doing work. I was researching on stocks, crypto this morning. My video was late. However, I managed to do the research that I wanted to do. And I did other work with my other businesses. And I took the dog out again because my son wasn't here. These are things that, in general, we don't think about. I mean, there are many more details in there, like what did I eat and what did I wear, and did I see anyone? Did I talk to anyone? Did I reply to any emails, or did I sign up for anything? Did I purchase anything? Me. This is what memory is about. Memory, me. And we, in general, we just forget how important memory is. One of the bigger things about memory is, are you envisioning not just your past, but how about your future you? If you remember last year or 2 years ago when we started this book club, I told you that I got the apartment that we're in right now because I envisioned getting in on the floor we living in the front of the building, facing the front street. uh, um, I would come by here, I would park in front as if I were coming here to live. And I did that regularly. And lo and behold, we got the seventh floor and we got the front where we have a beautiful view of the park right in front of us and so on. And how many people do that? Probably there are some people who do it much better with more detail than I could ever imagine. But just in general, are you utilizing your memory to envision yourself in your future status? Most people are not. Most people don't care. Most people just want to get by, get their check, and move on, their paycheck. But eventually it will hit you. Why? Because, I mean, look at the present situation. If you go by memory, you're not going to remember much. But if some tragedy happens, if something impacts your life, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life, most probably. Let's say that if there were a war, which there is tension and there could be war, because when countries are not doing well monetarily, then they go after war crimes or such and blame it on war. But the reality is that memory determines your success as well. Are you studying whatever it is that you want to accomplish? Are you studying? Are you researching? Taking a few minutes a day, 30 minutes, an hour to study on whatever it is that you want to become. You want to become a master at whatever it is, being a pilot, let's say, for example, making lots of trips around the world, if that pleases you. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
The reality is, memory is, as Charles said, it can be trained, it can be developed, and this memory power that's within each one of us would benefit from utilization. Most people are not utilizing it. We're not remembering words, we're not remembering streets, we're not remembering passwords, we're not remembering phone numbers, just in general. I can remember a phone number quickly. I see digits, I remember them quickly. Maybe I'm not the badass expert. However, I am not the slowpoke. Right? There's a huge difference. And that's why memory plays a part on our status in life, our growth with our families, and so on. So remember, you need to develop your memory. You need to train it in order to develop it. And you've got to persistently utilize it so that whatever it is that you're doing, it will only get stronger and stronger. Martha, you have any questions?
No, I have some kind of things gathered for the book.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is a memory, how to develop, how to train, and how to use it, and how the function of the mind. This book say talking about train your eyes and train your ears, and remember everything, mental picture, imagination, create online, and mental images. We have a good memory and bad memory. We have the good memory is the people train their mind to read all the time and keep it busy and do things to remember every day. And like Alexander Smith said, the main real position is the memory, nothing else. So our mind is powerful and everything, everyday life depending on our mind and our memory. Every job, every position, everything do every day depends on the cultivation in our mind. I have something to say about this book. This book is used to our memory system to suggest, to develop our memory system, how to train, improve it, how to make the best use and outcome in our everyday life and improve our position in life. Um, they say the success of the individual is everyday business, profession, trade, occupation, depends on the very material uh, 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 the good memory we have, the sensation, the source, the cohesion. The memory involves every purpose. All the purpose we have in life, it had to be memorized. It's a cultivation that develop in our entire mental being, the development in ourselves. The memory is the power to revive again our minds, thus ideas which after imprinting have disappeared and have been laid outside or out. The memory may be developed, trained, and cultivated. And he mentioned about three things that catch in my mind. They said three essential cultivation. The memory is first, use the exercise, review, and practice. The second one, attention and the interest. And the third one is the intelligent association. Um, I was very touched about this book because I was reading the biography about this William Walker Atkinson. He was an attorney, and I was thinking, wow, I was very impressed. He wasn't a doctor, he wasn't a psychologist, he was an attorney. He was talking about memory, and the memory reflects medicine and reflects psychology, how it works. And he was doing very well. He was very powerful statement about memory. And and I'm very impressed with this book. And it's the 1800, and he passed away in 1932. So it's very old book and very old statement. We can use it in 21st century. We still use it.
Hmm.
Where body never change, where body would be the same over and over. Uh, so uh, the degree of the attention regulates the depth, the clearness, and the strength of the impression. That's what he said.
Got it. Thank you, Martha, for sharing that. And I mean, this is a book that is worthwhile to study, and most of us didn't catch it at the beginning because it requires concentration, it requires being able to do the exercises for each chapter. And most of us didn't do the exercises, we just went through the book. And that's the reality with a lot of these books that are highly uh, impacting in our lives, and we just take them as a regular book. This is one of those books that cannot be taken lightly. It's a book that if you want to develop your memory, then you've got to follow this book. It tells you exactly what you need to do, pretty much. It's a book that goes into remembering names. Maybe you're in a business that you need to remember names, that you need to remember people, that you need to be able to say who was here, what were they wearing, and where were they going, and so on. Just like it's mentioned in the books, in the book, in several occasions. All right, memory, how to develop, how to use it, how to train it, is a wonderful book. It does require more than just regular reading. Just be aware of that. William Walker Atkinson. This is a coincidence that we had a book from a same author 2 weeks in a row, and it's great. I think we had that before with, I believe, Napoleon Hill, probably, or I could be wrong. But these books that William Atkinson is has been producing, they're pretty powerful. So this is it for the Mastermind Book Club today. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in joining us, send us a message through our communications page. All right, everyone, take care. Have a great evening. And until next time. Let's see, how do we end this video? Hold on a second. What happened to my video recording? It didn't record. Oh, it is.